Well, Growers Edge, I think, has made us more money by allowing me to survey the local bids that I'm in the area that I want to sell my grain. The local elevators and the ethanol plants know that this information is out there, so they've got to be competitive if they want to get the grain. You know, we've been able to maximize our return on our farm.
Good afternoon, welcome to GrainTV. It's November 7th, 2014. I'm Logan Burgess. To my right here is Cody Bills to help break down the action in the grains on a Friday. Take a look at the iPad here and see where we closed out the session. We had corn down 4 cents, soybeans moving higher up 8 3/4, and we had Chicago wheat down 5.5 cents in today's action. Please remember, we do have a USDA report out on Monday. Additionally, Tuesday is going to be last trade day for November 14 beans. So if you're still short that contract, it's highly recommended to get out Sunday night. There are going to be no limitations on price movement when the USDA report comes out on Monday. That kind of volatility is very risky from a producer's standpoint. If you need help rolling or have questions, call our office here. Cody, it's Friday. We like to break down the cash market. What were the big movers here this week?
Absolutely. Take a look at the chart here on the right. It's the average U.S. corn basis. You'll notice we put in lows around that October 24th time period. Yep. Finally moving higher here. Corn basis up 2 1/4 cents. On the week, we saw soybean basis up 7 cents on the week. Really, the areas that outperformed is the river. We saw soybean river basis up 15.5 cents. We saw corn river basis up 12 cents. That's very positive. A lot of that's driven by the fact that barge rates declined this week. Right. And we saw export inspections, particularly for soybeans, absolutely huge in the last week. Very positive here for soybeans going forward in the cash market. And it provides a lot of opportunities out there because, you know, we're talking to a lot of producers, and there's a lot of producers out there that have been asking the question, so what do? You have prices that have fallen off the good part of the year and finally rally back. Now what do? Well, you got to make every cash market, every cash sale count. Right. And we have the tools to do that and help you identify trucking opportunities outside of your typical marketing area. Oftentimes it can help identify areas where you get an extra 8 to 10 cents above that local market that you may typically sell to.
Absolutely. If you have questions about that or want to take a look at it for yourself, visit us over at grainhedge.com. You can sign up for a 14-week trial. That'll not only let you see the cash marketing tools that are available, but also get those live quotes on a smartphone or a tablet for Monday's USDA report. You know, Cody, let's take a look here at the futures prices, kind of get a sense of the landscape here that we've seen. Both corn and soybeans right now hovering around the 100-day moving average. Both these markets don't really seem to have a lot of conviction to make a breakout to the upside, but we haven't seen significant selling pressure either. Kind of a sideways trade for most of the week here. Monday's report should give this trade some direction. Right now there's a lot of moving pieces. There's still some unknowns about yield, where those are finally going to end up at, but this report may be a little bit more focused on the demand side. As you mentioned, soybeans in particular, we're seeing exceptionally strong sales on the export front. Corn and wheat, you know, that's kind of been leaving something to be wanted in terms of export sales there. Absolutely. So kind of some differing fundamentals here as we approach that report.
You know, and some other things that you could think about here, you know, right now we've bounced off the bottom here, what appears to be the bottom. You know, we could still go down and test those if we get. I mean, the production that we have here is just outrageously big this year. The yield very strong, and there's a good chance that we could start to move back over, kind of cut back over toward lows. And you know, I guess what I want to convey to producers is that the trajectory of this bounce is most likely unsustainable. Mm-hmm. We've come off the bottom very sharply. So the question is, do you suspect that we will continue to move higher at this sort of trajectory? I would kind of bet against that. Right. I don't think that we're going to continue rallying with this sort of slope here on the price action. So what could you do? Well, there's options out there. You could always sell an option. If you think that we're going to start to move sideways, you could sell an option with a strike price above where we're trading right now, potentially collect a premium. And the worst case scenario, if you have the grain to back it up, worst case scenario here is you're short and you're basically short a futures position at that strike price. So it may be a way to squeeze an extra few cents out of the market here if you're looking to make a sale anyway. Now that doesn't protect your downside, so maybe what you do is you take that premium, you take it and you buy a put. So now you have that sort of protection here, where you have a little bit more upside, and you've protected the downside if we in fact start moving lower here. So there's just some options that you may be able to use as tools here to hedge some of that price risk as we move through December. Yeah,
absolutely. If you have questions about that or other grain marketing strategies here as we enter kind of the second quarter of the marketing year, feel free to call our office. The number here is 877-472-4607. If you still have some corn and soybeans left to combine and you want to see live quotes out of Chicago on Monday on a smartphone or on your iPad, go to GrainHedge.com this weekend. You can download the platform. You'll have live quotes for 2 weeks and take a look at it, see if it's something that you'll want to be using here as we enter the winter months. As always, if you have questions about getting started or need help adding contracts or viewing charts, call our office. The number here is 877-472-4607. Thanks a lot for joining us here on a Friday. We'll see you back here on Monday.